No, like Johnny was just watching the Game Awards and he was just streaming on YouTube while we were reacting to stuff.
Yeah, and we got Amy like
Oh.
acting like a fool on stream. It was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she was like coming over on Christmas party.
Yeah, she was Among Us potion at 3 a.m. Now I know what you were talking about all these years, but still, I still don't think it was relevant at the time.
Weren't you driving?
Amy? Yeah, Amy was
yeah,
driving.
she was.
You were picking up like a burger or something.
Yeah, she went to
Ooh.
In-N-Out.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot what she was doing, but yeah, she went to took the car and then she was driving back to get in and out, and she was going crazy because of traffic. She was just like, "Yeah, oh, Among Us at 3 a.m." while we're all having a normal conversation.
Yeah.
She's here in the back.
What are you talking about, Amy? It's not making any sense. Alright, the stream is up and ready. Everyone sounds good. I don't have very many viewers, although I would still suggest that you don't say anything that could cancel you. Or any other sort of revealing information like your social security number.
Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what I'm gonna say now.
What did I just say?
What else is there to say?
You guys don't know how to listen. Alright, okay, so I think we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first ever inaugural book club session. Yay! Ooh, I love books.
Yay!
Yeah.
Alright, today we are going to be discussing a Brandon Sanderson book by the name of Thank You.
Sorry.
But that was actually really loud over at my end.
Oh, my bad.
We're going to be talking about Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This is one of his famous series, and I think this is a perfect book to begin our book club's discussion. For context, we read the prologue and chapter 1, which was about 26 pages. So why don't we just jump right into it? Did everyone read the required reading?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Alright, well, Marianne's not even part of the book club, so that's an acceptable answer. She did not...
Don't you mean Ultimate Tsundere?
No, I mean...
Ultimate and Ultimate Virtual Farmer are the imposters in this.
I'd rather you dox me than call me a tsundere.
Tsundere.
I mean, we're trying not to dox you.
I mean, I think you want to be called Tsundere. That's why your name is.
That's a Tsundere response.
Yeah.
No.
You haven't changed the name, so.
I know you are what you are.
No.
You are a Tsundere.
No.
Yeah, so
also for the stream, just want to set the record, Johnny did not have anything to do with JFK's assassination.
What? I mean, of course I didn't. But why did you?
That's what I'm saying.
Of course,
You had nothing to do with it.
Why?
Just letting it.
We're just letting the audience know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Let
like
the record show. Ultimate Yapper had nothing to do with JFK's assassination.
that is true.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Why do you feel the need to specify this?
I just need to make sure everyone here knows.
Okay, yeah. For context, that happened like 40 years before I was born, so everyone.
Yeah, so that never could happen.
Exactly. We got you, bud.
Thank you. But yeah, so I was not responsible for that or other like world tragedies, national tragedies, anything of the sorts. I have nothing to do with it. And I think I could speak for everyone else that no one else here had anything to do with anything either, right? Was that a duck?
So, book club.
Oh yeah. Are we actually gonna start talking about the book now?
Yeah.
So we all read.
We all read.
Let's
Everyone
talk about the prologue.
Yes. Okay. What do you guys think of it? Let's start with the prologue, as Michael said. What do you guys think?
Okay, I have someone I hate already.
Who?
Freaking Lord, whatever his name is, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
The Lord. Trusting.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice to start off his POV, but I guess it really helps you establish, like, wow, this is a terrible world.
I thought he was gonna be like the main character for a second.
I know.
It was like,
Or like a side main character.
They describe his like nice clothing and everything. It's like, oh, this guy's cool. But no.
So you hear more and more about it, and you're like, oh, this guy stinks.
Yeah. Yup.
I guess should we kind of like go in a circle so we can kind of give our thoughts on what it is, and then afterwards have like a little more of an open discussion. That way we all know what each person.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Let's go. Do you want to start, Carlos?
Uh,
Yeah, it's your idea. Go ahead. It was your idea.
okay, so just the prologue or chapter one?
Let's do.
Let's just do
I think
prologue.
both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not both.
Oh, okay. I guess yeah, the prologue. It's relatively fast.
Yeah, and there's really not
I-
too much in chapter 1, so I think the prologue is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was very interesting. Yeah, like how. Yeah, like at first I was like, oh, this is our protagonist. Okay, and then it's like, oh, that's nice, and how they introduce Kelsier. Uh, I guess it's like I like how the book just kind of like dives into it. It doesn't really it doesn't give you much explanation. It just kind of like here's what this guy can do, like with his ability and stuff. I there's a lot of funny science fiction, fantasy words, like made up words basically. So I did take notes.
Oh.
Ooh.
I just took notes on like what the heck is what is this to keep track of characters and stuff. But yeah, kind of like the subtly revealing his Kelsier's background, like that he may or may not have died, or oh, obviously not dead, but yeah. And then how the mist is interesting. I think it's like the way they describe it. It's like it's some like it's a living, almost like a living thing, very uh very mysterious, and it's like I guess there's definitely something special about Kelsier because of the fact that he can go through the mist, which is interesting. But yeah, and then how they kind of set up I like how the book sets up like through the interactions and the scenario, how it introduces kind of like the hierarchy. So like the ska are this like slaves basically, and then you got the like is it, yeah, the lords, and then you have the obligators who are sort of like ambassador monks to the main guy at the capital city, which I guess would be Luthadel.
Hmm.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Really cool. The ending was a little like it is sort of bittersweet in my opinion, just because
Mm.
it's like he like the ska people they didn't choose to have or to they didn't want you could tell they didn't really want to rebel, but Kelsier kind of forced them to
Hmm.
do it. So it's kind of like, huh, like that's an interesting choice, but it's like it's kind of like I get why he did it, but he kind of like may have fucked over a lot of people, but in the end, the end game could turn out to it could end up in a it could end in a good result. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
It could be for it is for like sort of the greater good, despite a lot of them being like, oh shit, now we gotta rebel.
We gotta, yeah, we gotta leave now.
Yeah, so I thought that was, and also having Menace, his point of view was really cool.
Yeah, I like what they're. I mean, I don't know if Menace is actually going to be a character we like get to see later on, but I mean, I do like that conflict they're already creating, because like, I mean, Kelsier had to do what he did to save that like girl, and like, it's just really unfortunate for everyone. I sympathize with Menace, but I don't think Kelsier made a wrong decision, because like
Yeah, that
he had to save the girl one way or another, and if he saved the girl, like people are gonna definitely know. It's like okay, like us, like Kelsier did it. It's like from the ska. Like okay, we obviously know who did this. You know what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, that's what I think.
You want to go up or down, Carlos? Who decide? Who's next?
Um,
Or you could choose.
let's go. I guess since Johnny chimed in, Johnny.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll kind of talk more about like Menace. I mean, I do like the role that he played in the book, where he's like, I mean, he seems to be the older one, but also like very experienced. The way like Kelsier describes his like what was it, his job or whatever. Like not many people like make it out of that. Um, but yeah, Menace kind of like is now the new de facto leader of the ska, not by choice or any like desire, but just because he got pushed in the corner. Which again, I like that. I like that. I like that conflict. because
Sorry.
like he didn't want. I mean, he made it clear he didn't want to rebel or anything, but I mean now he has the obligation thrust upon him, and I mean if anyone can like lead the Ska besides Kelsier, I'm guessing it's gonna be Menace. So it's just very unfortunate that now a lot of people like their lives, like what they knew was normal, is just kind of totally taken for a turn now because they don't even know if the rebellion's gonna accept them. Like they're totally going in blind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. The use of Menace, I guess. Like his role as like the leader now. Kelsier, I also do think is cool. I mean, I don't know much about him yet. He's kind of like a rogue kind of guy, and like the way I envision him is the way he uses tin in his stomach to like.
Oh
get-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind
What?
of great. That was kind of interesting. Like he was describing something like tin, like kind of seemed like it was his magic or something.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gets his heightened senses.
And there's like another thing, but that's in chapter 1. We can talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of making me curious about the magic or like the system there.
That's one thing I did like. It doesn't explain like, oh, so people have like no, it's just oh, this person just activated their magic. It's like what? Oh, okay.
You kind
It's
of
not like Jujutsu where you have to spend 20 pages to learn what each ability does. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's good writing. That's what good writing is.
But yeah, I do like the description of like, oh yeah, he could like hear and see everything, or not see, hear everything for sure, and just get like a super like sense, kind of like a Daredevil kind of thing.
True, it was kind of Daredevil.
So and he saves someone, so he actually is this world's Daredevil from like the abduction. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm just liking the dichotomy between the resistance and like Kelsier's own motives. So that's my take on the prologue. I'll volunteer someone if they'd like to go next, or if someone can jump in if they'd like. If
Ooh,
not,
Johnny Point.
all right, Brianna, you're up next.
Ooh, okay. Well, I agree. I thought the characters were really, really interesting. I also don't like that guy Val. He was like disgusting.
Yeah.
Trusting, Lord Trusting, he's
Yeah.
trash. Lord Trashy. But something I really liked about the writing in general was the way they set up the scene, like knowing that the sky is, red and the air is choked with smoke, and it's a really beautiful way that they set it up for such an ugly and really uncomfortable place, because I'm guessing that it's really hot and uncomfortable, and and then something I also find really interesting is the way that the author like from the viewpoint of trusting dehumanizes the Ska, like the way that it's so easy to look at other people as, I guess, like means to an end, or like as like a tool to get a job done. And I always find it like really interesting the way that that could be, written or explained away. And of course it's like not cool, but it was really well written, and it kind of shows you just how like separated from humanity this group of people is. But those are some things I really thought were interesting. I'm still trying to understand Testing's motives, and I want to see like these like the Steel Inquisitors, like that I'm really interested in too.
Wait,
I think they only mentioned it briefly, but I was like, wait, what?
yeah,
Like,
that completely went over my head now that you mention it.
yeah,
It's something along
military police kind of.
yeah, some Terminators.
Robocops.
Some Robocops. Exactly.
The image of Ash falling from the sky and how that's the first sentence in each chapter, or at least for the prologue in chapter 1, is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's also interesting seeing the quotes at the beginning. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, I missed the quotes I saw. I was like, just barely.
Sometimes
I'm interested who's saying them, but yeah. Oh, yeah,
Are
go
you
ahead.
talking?
I was just quoting the quote that Michael was talking about.
Yeah.
Is it the currency thing or no?
Uh,
Oh,
it-
it's
it's the stuff in italics.
like sometimes I worry that I'm not the hero everyone thinks I am.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like
Yeah.
the author to whoever he's dedicating the book to, but
No, think-
yeah, I don't know what that is then.
I don't think so, because like just because I've been skipping along sometimes not to read, but it's like it's in each beginning of each chapter. It's like a quote from someone. I don't know if it's the same person or someone different.
Well, like for chapter 1, it's
Hmm.
I consider myself to be a man of principle, but what does that mean? And this is like
Yeah,
from Vin's perspective, so it's
Yeah.
definitely not Vin.
yeah.
The
I think
first one
it's
seems like it might be Kelsier, but
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
Kelsier then. At
second
least for that one. Oh, sorry.
for chapter 1. Honestly, I was kind of thinking maybe it was like that emperor dude.
Hmm.
The
Emperor,
Lord-
like Lord Trusting, or is that someone else?
Like that. Was
the
it? Was his name like the Lord Ruler guy?
oh yeah.
Lord Venture, is that his name?
Or
Uh,
I think they just called him, or I don't know. They just called him the Lord Ruler, right? Like the one who's basically propagates the whole system going on. Like that, and even the Inquisitors report to and all that.
Let's see, I'm trying to find his name. I'm like scrolling through the book. You're not scrolling up, going through.
I think it's different people because the way that I'm just reading the quotes. The first quote sounds very different, like kind of tone than the second one.
Yeah, because this one seems more crueler. One seems regretful. This one seems crueler. Like
Yeah.
because like the guy says like I have armies. Who cares? Essentially, the other one's like I kind of regret what I'm afraid. Things like that.
Yeah, in the end, I'm the one with the armies. It's like, okay, probably the Lord.
Sorry from hijacking your thing over.
No, not at all. It's a discussion. Thank you for making my thing better.
Yeah, it's good for a back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find that like name. The only thing I can see is Venture, Lord Venture.
I
but-
found Lord Ruler.
Yeah,
Probably is
like
Lord Ruler.
I
I
think it's
found
yeah.
his name.
Yeah, I remember Lord Ruler. I don't know Venture.
Lord Venture, I think, was towards the beginning of the prologue. He's the one that that Trusting was hoping to impress, I believe.
Yeah, very well trusting. The obligator said, "I will carry your proposal to Lord Venture as requested."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Are they the same person or just another noble? Well, I guess we'll figure it out because we
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The adventure's barely starting.
Ah,
Um. So I feel like, or actually, Brianna, who would you like to go next? Because it might be a good
Oh.
time to open into from prologue, but also include some chapter 1 stuff because I feel like we're kind of going through a lot of the prologue already.
Okay. I was gonna choose Michael.
Michael, you're up. You're on the hot
oh,
seat.
okay.
Better be good.
Well, one thing I was gonna kind of also agree with Bria a lot was kind of like the whole, starting with POV or trusting, because I was also like, why are we starting off with him? What is Sanderson trying to do here? So I think when I was thinking a lot, and I probably am just really evaluating with Breeze, like, you're feeling this dehumanized, you're seeing the Scots first, like, dehumanized, not seeing them like that. And it kind of made me think as well, like, a lot of times when we look at our own history, like things like slavery, we're distant to that. We're very distant to that. We didn't experience it. And a really powerful thing I think books do is you really get to see POVs, sufferings of the book. So once you go from being that person like trusting and you jump to like the views of Kelsier and Menace, it's like you're no longer that spectator just hearing those facts. You're in it essentially, just seeing this their plights, their suffering, and you're just like, man, this sucks. Essentially, like it made me really think like I was well in our own history, like, man, this slavery sucks. This is some awful stuff because this is some stuff that would happen in the plantations in the South and other areas. And I was just like,
Yup.
dang. And that's what I was kind of thinking with Sanders. He was kind of easing us in, like first, like helping us like see like, oh yeah, we just slavery, okay. But then you're like, you realize, oh my god, this is terrible. It makes you think like, man, why was I so distant to this? And it kind of hits you with that. You're like, man, this, you really feel bad for them after. And you also start hating trusting more and more, I think, the further you go in.
Agreed.
But yeah, those were my thoughts.
Excellent.
Well
input.
said.
I think
But yeah,
I think-
Val.
yeah,
Yes,
you only have
that's
one more
me.
person to choose.
Okay, well, I thought it was really cool how you guys put that out there, like your thoughts, because I definitely see some of the things you guys mentioned, like Michael, your thing about the like seeing from the slavers' point of view and making that connection with the like our history and whatnot. But anywho, I what can I say that has not been already said? Can I like dive into chapter 1 a little bit too?
Sure, yeah.
I'd say so.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say
It's
so,
like
yeah.
the perfect
I'd say so,
segue.
because we could have said a lot.
It's the perfect segue.
But I
Yeah.
guess also I wanted to mention I like that they included a map or maps, multiple.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. At the very
'cause-
beginning.
Yeah, because maybe we can refer back to it whenever they start like saying, and they were here and blah blah blah.
Wow.
blah.
I didn't even see these. I didn't even see these. I'm gonna look at them
Yeah.
right now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it like it's numbered too, so you see
Yeah, they got a
Luthadel.
legend. Yep. So Kelsier, I actually kind of like him already. I know it doesn't talk about him much, but I don't know. I'm all for like the rebellion, and that's a huge thing that they're already getting into. And Vin? So I guess I was a little confused. Is she a slave or no?
I think she's like the same. I don't think she's a slave. It's just their race, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's definitely half ska, half whatever has the powers.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah. Just mystery to that.
Her,
Yeah.
was it her dad or someone that was like also in debt or something?
Her brother?
Brother. Her brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know your debts from your brother left when he ran away.
Yeah, which they didn't really talk much about what happened there. So I'm curious what the heck the brother's deal is. Like if he's gonna become a main character or if he's just gonna be a mention throughout the book. And I don't remember if they mention it or not, but is he also half ska, half whatever has the powers, or is he just like full?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because all they keep saying is that he's not, or like he betrayed Vin, and you should be mad, or Vin should be mad at him, blah 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 blah. But I mean, maybe my memory's hazy.
They don't really go into detail, but they just that he betrayed her
Mm.
and I guess the group that she was a part of. But I think I mean, if she was betrayed, so that means she went, like he joined like something that opposes their cause. So
Yeah.
could be that might have some of that power, but he decided to go the corpo route, the evil route,
Corvo route.
Or
Wait, did you say Corvo or corporate?
corporate. Like
Oh.
corpo.
corpo.
Yeah, what Amy's gonna start doing, you know?
Mm.
Now that she's
Amy?
passed her exams, yeah.
Oh no, Amy!
What? What about?
You're going full corpo.
Oh, I can't hear you because I got both headphones in.
Oh.
Sorry, Carlos.
No, it's alright.
Sorry, we already know the path you're going.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm not. I promise.
Well, I liked that they set the tone, showing like the oppressive environment under the Lord Ruler. Lord Ruler or Lord Trusting? I'm starting to confuse them
So,
both
I
now.
think Lord Ruler's like the head guy. Lord Trustin,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead.
Okay.
yeah.
he's dead. He's come back
Okay.
dead.
Well, yeah, I like that the tone is set for the struggles for the characters, and I'm
Yeah,
curious how it'll unfold.
true.
And then whether sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go first.
I want to see how Kelsier, or like how they'll converge the characters throughout the story, because it seems like it's heading that way.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
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 I'm excited to see Vin and Kelsier because they both seem like very rebellious in nature.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I agree. I'm all here for the rebellion.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like we were talking about Kelsier's morality, and it kind of made me think of like a show called Andor. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there was like this guy kind of just sharing, like he's done a lot of bad things, like, and he's probably never gonna get that good ending, but like it had to be done. He was kind of sharing it. It just kind of made me think like also like history, like hey, we've had some people have had to do some bad things to get things done. It's kind of an interesting thing to think about.
Oh, like Lelouch Lamperouche.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of makes me curious what's the message is gonna be of this. 'Cause yeah, this is an interesting world. Tone's been said, like you said, well.
Mm-hmm. And the magic, I want to see more of it.
Yeah, I wonder.
True.
I wonder if like this is like can Kelsier only do the sensing thing, and can Vin only do like the luck thing she calls it?
Yeah,
Or I wonder if they can expand on that.
yeah. I'm kind of also curious what the bad guys' powers are, because like, what do they have that can make them enforce all this power over the ska?
Yeah. And what if, like, since she's only half ska, Vin and probably Kelsier, do they still get the full capacity of magic, or are they only half magic, like just because they're half race?
Good question. I wonder if it's kind of mist related, because then one of them also think Kelsier was from the mist,
Yeah,
but like they,
Or, yeah.
but yeah, they're like saying like, no, you're silly, you're silly. He would have evaporated in the sun, so they're like, it's kind of interesting about that.
So the mist must provide power.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Another thing that was kind of keep catching my eye was like they were saying. I think at the beginning, Vin was saying like, "I wish I was part of the ashes or something." You're like, what's going on there?
Oh.
to just simply exist, right?
Yeah, that really got me.
The book is called Mistborn.
Yeah,
Is
that,
she-
I made
Come
that
from
connection.
Yeah.
It's like,
Is that her last name? I was gonna.
oh my god, what's your name? Vin. What's your last name?
Born. No,
It's
it's born. Honestly,
Oh.
I'm just not making that connection, even though.
If she pulls out a fucking what's your Ray Scout, I'm a fucking angry.
I'm gonna be upset. Yeah.
This is what started it all.
Yeah, like I'm gonna throw this book out the window.
J.J. Abrams read it and he's like, read that again.
I'm gonna write a really angry letter to Brandon himself.
What have you done?
When I was thinking about it, I was thinking of like luck, and I was like, oh man, is this really all she can do? But now the more I think about it, it's like, you know what? This actually would be kind of handy because dealing with like some people that can be super angry and stuff. It's like,
Oh my god, that'd be nice.
I want to tell them to calm down, and they actually calm down. I like that she calls it luck, though. I think that's interesting.
She was
I know.
literally testing her luck.
True. Would you say you think that's her only power, or you think there'll be more to it?
I think there'll be more.
So I think so too. Did they specifically say like if it was based on a metal or something, or did they just say it's luck?
It says, Well, I'm seeing right now that Brie highlighted allomantic metal.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Where?
Hmm?
Where was it? Mentioned.
I can't see the page number, but it's where it says it was simple for him now. After years of practice, the tin was set with other allomantic metals.
That's when Kelsier's like listening
yeah.
for the screams.
Oh, maybe different metals that he uses give him different abilities. Or
Yeah. Kelsier burned tin.
Okay.
It specifies tin.
yeah, so it might be.
Yeah.
Metal benders.
I did like how in. Oh, sorry. Okay, who's next?
I think anyone at this point.
Yeah, it's just open to the floor.
Yeah.
Free for all
Go for
now.
it.
We all got a chance to talk.
Okay. I guess I did like how chapter 1 also just starts with like, okay, like, what was it like? Oh, here's like, we're about to start a job, and this is like a really important job because if we mess up, it's all over for us. It's like, oh, okay. Oh damn. And it was just cool, like how they prepared everything and how she's kind of like going through her head, like, okay, just like, yeah, now act this, now say this, say that, say this. Like she knows Cayman like well enough to know that what he's gonna say, how he's gonna act. So it's like they, even though he may not like her, it's like, or she's like definitely like on thin ice with him. Like at least they have worked together before, and yeah. I'm just trying to look.
They're like
See what's.
they're like in the middle of some sort of heist thing or scam thing, right? Or
Yeah. Like Ed and Eddie. It's good enough.
They gotta get the jawbreakers.
they're doing this.
That's
Wait, what are quarters made out of? Is that like an allomantic metal?
They describe. I think they mentioned money a bit, right? How they said it.
with boxings.
Oh yeah,
They call them boxing.
boxing. Throw hands.
So, do you think they really like? They eat the metal, right? Like that's
No.
they just like consume it.
Do they?
Well, it said,
Oh, that's interesting.
well, it said
Yeah.
the tin sat in Kelsier's stomach.
Oh, right.
Is it? You think everyone can do that, or you think just Kelsey or unique thing? You think?
I
I
wanted
think
I want it to be just Kelsier, and it's like he's he's crazy enough to like eat a piece of tin. And, like, it's like, whoa, this happens when you eat metal.
What? Someone just discovered. Yeah, sometimes isn't it like someone accidentally makes a discovery? It just changes everything.
It probably is just Kelsier, because they're already making him seem a little unhinged.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He was able to like basically kill everyone from the Lord Trestian's estate. It seems like you're like,
kill
dang.
everyone, burn it down.
Yeah, just by
Saves the
himself.
girl.
I'm just like, dang. How does he do this?
Oh, you're right. He did do it by himself.
Yeah.
I think other people can do stuff too, because I think it was in the prologue they mentioned that. I think it was Lord Trestian or someone that said like, oh, about a girl or something that she shouldn't know. Like, oh, I think it was like, oh, you know, I think Lord Trestian having children with the Ska women, and how like afterwards he kills them because
Oh, yeah.
they shouldn't be able to know or have their children shouldn't have that abilities that he has, or abilities that they don't know how to control. It was something like that. It was like, oh, okay, so
Yeah, it's
there's
right.
powers around.
Page
It's not
11.
just
Poor Jess, a nearby woman said, her voice booming in Kelsier's enhanced ears. That child of hers was a curse. It's better for Ska not to have pretty daughters. Is that what you're talking about?
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like. I think so.
Yeah, it's around that part. After he, like, assaults the girl.
And there definitely are witnesses. Like, this kind
Yeah.
of,
They're too scared to do anything because they're Ska.
I will just a quick aside. Reading the book, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Now when it's like, oh, he's a Ska, it's like I just keep thinking of like ska music.
Like
What?
Yeah.
like a catch 22,
Every time-
right? So
What's ska music?
Oh, it's like
it's pop punk reggae. That's what it is.
yeah.
Like I'll play my favorite example is "Walking Away" by Catch 22.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, my bad. I forgot they go by Streetlight Manifesto. Okay, listen to this song and pretend you're like walking down the street. Like it's a bright and sunny day, and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go on like my walk to work. Right? It can't be a walk that's aimless. You have to be walking somewhere. So either work, the store, to pick up mail, what have you. And you're like walking one step forward in front of the other with your toe to the sky. You're moving back and forth, like to the left and right with your face and everything. Do you see it? Do you feel it?
Oh, I didn't even play it. Here.
Bruh.
Wait, I have an ad. Hold up.
Oh, you don't have ad blocker? No.
Oh no, I'm playing it through Discord is why.
Okay, just picture
Oh.
your face is moving back and forth. You're like, hey, your arms are moving in time, and you walk into the store.
I like that narrative.
But yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
that's what ska is.
You know what? I need to listen to ska music more then.
It is. Just look up anything Streetlight Manifesto or Suburban. What was it called?
Or was it Real Big Fish?
Real Big Fish. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's one of their favorite? What's that one where all of them have like the same sort of like subject matter. There's Real Big Fish has one. She's famous now, right? That's a song.
So I don't know. I never listened to Real Big Fish. Just know they're ska band.
No, yeah, they're yeah, it's the point. It's like a guy who used to date a girl, but now she's famous. But like when she was dating him, or when they were dating, she was really mean or whatever. Let me get these lyrics.
I'm trying to find the.
She's famous now. I've got the measles and she's got the mumps. That's the first lyric. She used to be my girl, but now she's famous. Now she's famous. She was just so sweet, and now they're falling at her feet. She used to be my girl, but now she's bum. I eat the muscle, and she eats the leaves. High cholesterol and heart disease. It's just, it's total like high school music in my opinion. I listened to a whole bunch of ska in high school.
Yeah, I haven't heard Streetlight Manifesto since senior year. It's so good.
Heck yeah. What's that one? It's also a Streetlight Manifesto where it's like Everything Went Numb. That's also a very good one. I like ska because it has like jazz instruments, kind of like trumpets and like like saxophones, but like the deep sounding one, tenor sax, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what Carlos mean by ska. But ska is SKA, and then like in like Mistborn it's SKAA.
Not far
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it's just reading it. I was like, oh yeah, the ska had been heard of it and everything, and it's like, but now hearing us say it out loud, it's like, oh, this I forget this is a music genre.
Yeah, that's the sound that plays when they're like laboring away.
Oh no! Under the oppression, but at least they have good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, very good music, yeah.
Wow. That's what makes them tolerated. Otherwise, it'd be intolerable.
I guess so. But I think Vin will get new powers. At least that's what I'm thinking, theorizing.
Definitely will. It seems like the main
She's the main character, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Seems like her and Kelsier. Brandon does that a lot, where there's like multiple characters in his book, or multiple main characters in his books.
Okay. So like a duo.
Yeah.
I feel like Kelsier might be mentor to Vin.
Oh.
This is
Like
how
in
you,
the future, or
Yeah.
ooh,
this is how
that
you
would be
eat
cool.
tin.
Eat metal.
Like until like
If you guys had powers and some guy said to eat tin to get stronger, would you do it?
No.
I would want him
Absolutely.
to eat first and
Absolutely.
then see.
no, I'm accepting the call to adventure. I'm doing it.
It's just tin.
Wait, Bree, can
maybe melt it so I can drink it.
can you get tetanus that way if you consume metal? Am I safe?
I don't-
No. Oh, okay. If you consume iron, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I guess I
Yeah,
just
or
won't
anything. What's that?
I guess I just won't consume iron, right?
Yeah. Anything that can
Oh,
get
we need
rust.
iron, no?
Well,
Yeah.
You probably mean pure iron, right?
Yeah, like iron that's oxidized. Because tetanus is a bacteria that likes to eat rust.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's
Oh.
why when you step on a rusty nail, like the
Get
bacteria
tetanus
are munching down on the rust, and they're like, "Oh, where are we? This isn't too bad here." And then they start to grow inside of you.
Uh-oh.
But
Oh,
do they
Yeah.
give you powers?
Yes,
Oh.
power to get really
Power
dead.
to... All right.
Power to die
Power.
faster.
I was hoping you'd say that.
My quirk, die.
Get really stiff,
Um,
unbendable.
so is tin safe to eat then, Bree?
Yeah, probably.
So then this book
I
is
would recommend it.
realistic.
Now, if it gives us powers, I think I'd like to find out on my own.
That could be a new research article you can write.
Yeah.
I ate 10. Here's what I experienced.
I had 10 of my friends eat tin, and we
Oh
ran.
my gosh.
Half of them had tin, half of them had oxidized iron.
Wait,
I
what
just
is
told which one. Randomly told. Was it a randomized trial?
Oh no.
I don't want to be part of the iron trial.
It's for science, Johnny. We had to.
I want to be tin.
I think there's enough science out there to figure out what happens to your body if you eat rusted iron. I don't think we need to explore it any further.
We must go deeper. But what if you eat enough that the bacteria gives you power, like a venom symbiote, you know?
Ooh.
Iron Man.
Oh, so there's a threshold, and if you get past it, then it's okay. I see.
Yeah, exactly.
These stupid science bitches, they didn't even read that much iron. They didn't eat enough iron.
They were too afraid.
All right. So, any closing thoughts on prologue and/or chapter 1? Because I think we've reached a good ending point.
I thought it was a good introduction to, like, because it's. I do what I hate, and I guess kind of going into sort of movies and TV shows. I hate when the dialogue is just so, like, two characters meet up and they go like, "Hello, brother. Hello, sister," and it's like that people don't talk like that. It's annoying. And
Yeah, true.
yeah, and it's like, and I just hate dialogue like that. But when a character walks in and then they go like, "Oh, hey," and two characters interacting, and then through the dialogue you get to know who they are to each other and also kind of get a sense of their personality.
True.
And I feel like this one did a good job of just kind of like jumping in and just like Kelsier shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah, very like confident guy." You could like, okay, very confident. And then, oh, he activated his 10. And I'm like, the heck does that even mean? But it's like, oh, so he gets heightened senses. Okay, interesting. So that's, I guess, one of the rules to his power. And then same with Vin. It was like just, oh, we're like, here's Vin. She's about to do a very, very important job. And then, oh, things are about to go south, but she uses her luck. And then you're like, oh, okay, what's this luck? Is it like actual luck? Is she like Marvel character Domino? She's just lucky? And it's like, oh no, she has like influence over people's emotions. And it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So there's powers, two characters, definitely going to cross paths. One is like a rebellion starter, and looks like the other one's going to end up joining him somehow. So I do think is a good introduction, especially like like I said, how they through the dialogue and introductions, you get introduced to the hierarchy of the world and or I guess like the class system. And yeah, very good first chapter and prologue.
Well, very well put.
Excellently put.
Mm-hmm.
I like Vin's power. I want to be able to tell people to calm down and they actually calm down. Or if I think they're being suspicious of me, just
That'd be
not be
that'd be so
suspicious of me
helpful in my
anymore.
job.
I know.
Oh my god. I guess to add to it, not much, but I really liked the world building, or like what little we know about the world, yet how it's been described. Kind of like how Bree put it earlier. Like the syntax, the choice of words.
Mm.
And it kind of gave me Dishonored vibes. Those who've played it
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
know.
wow, now that you
Yep,
mention
I
it,
love
yeah.
that game. Yes. Yep. But yeah, I think it kind of enhances the stakes that the characters and the people live in, and how they'll be able to navigate their lives under the Lord Ruler.
Lord Ruler sounds right.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great point, Phil, about the dishonor thing.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, this does feel like
It's like
dishonor.
kind of, what's the word? Not post-apocalyptic, but
That's
well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like dystopian.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, one of the main points of Dishonored is never trust a bald person, and the ambassadors are all bald, I think, right? They're the obligators.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
None of them could be trusted.
And I'm wondering, I guess another theory, I'm wondering how far Kelsier will go with his rebellious intent, I guess.
Like, will he
'Cause, like,
jeopardize people or something? Or
yeah. Will he go too far? Who knows? Guess we'll find out.
I guess
Yeah.
Same with Vin.
I guess with Kelsier, we kind of already have like a sneak peek. I mean, if
Yeah.
what he thinks is the right thing to do, he will do it no matter what.
Chaotic neutral.
Standing on business.
Yeah, that's why his character was like, oh, okay, like, because it is like, oh yeah, rebellion, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you forced these people into a position where they have to rebel or die, and it's like, oh, I think there's a lot of people who might have just been okay, or maybe not been okay with what their situation, but now it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Well, can some of them even do what he does? Are they like fit, able
Ex-
people?
exactly.
Menace is old, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, he's an old dude.
It
He's
describes
40s. Oh, he's in his 40s, right?
it
Or
describes how it feels when he like gets up. Wait a
yeah,
second.
it sounds painful. You're like, ouch.
how old, we look up how old is Menace? 35. Oh no.
Oh no. Dude,
Oh,
I
no,
think they said. I think they said like 40s, right, or something, because that's like
I think
or
40s.
older.
Is it-
Because like it's harder to live longer when they're kind of sharing. It was just kind of shows how kind of sad it is that.
Let's see. I think
I thought it was old. I thought Kelsier was 40 and Menace was old.
I could be wrong.
I don't know why, but I got Kelsier being in his 30s. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I'm trying to find. Let's see. There's definitely a point where Kelsier is like, when he looks at Menace and he's like, oh, he probably looks like a good years older than me or something like that.
Maybe I was thinking Tepper. I don't know.
Might be feel like it might be. I feel like it was specifically for Menace. Let me see. Tepper's like the first guy he meets. Right?
Yeah, he's like the leader one.
It is Lord Ruler. Just very quick. It is Lord Ruler.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
found
cool.
it.
He,
Oh, I found the description. So
Yeah.
this is regarding Menace. The old man was hardly an imposing sight. His leathered skin and bald scalp made him look more frail than they did wise. Yet he had to be stronger than he looked. Blah blah. Many lords don't allow the elderly to remain home from daily work. So he is old, right?
Yeah.
yeah, they don't give us like specific age, but yeah, he's pretty older. Because I think he's was it the word like he did say as well he can't work as hard. He's uses like what's the word? Make sure no one notices when he needs to rest, so he doesn't get killed.
Oh.
Which is kind of scary, right? Like you're not doing enough work, you die. Like even like you're seeing Chastin's point of view. He's like, oh, these people are so lazy. And you're like, bruh, they're like literally working so hard, they're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter because he's dead.
Yeah. Take that.
I think my closing thought for chapter 1 would be that I really feel for Vin. She
Mm.
sounds tired, and like just like the way she, like the emotions that she felt, like just looking at the ash, like spinning, just wanting to just be. Like I really feel for her, and I hope that her story ends up being good, and she finds that peace because. Yeah, it seems like that constant like vigilance she has to have, that responsibility to herself, just to survive. Like it's tiring. So I think that's it. Like it's setting it up for her story, and I mean we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not gonna get touched. I've learned better than that. But
Good luck, Brie. There's a whole series of this.
nice. Yeah, I think they're setting her up to be a really interesting character. Who knows what hardship is like, and who knows what the absence of peace feels like. So maybe we'll get to see if she gets to experience it.
Oh.
True.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just reminded me of a thought I had when I was reading, I think, chapter 1 today, because I had before talked to a client about his life on the streets, and I was kind of seeing her life on the streets, like, man, must be so hard because you can't really, like, she was already saying, like, you can't really trust anyone. They're going to betray you regardless. Like, you're friends, but they will stab you in the back to survive. And you're like, man, that can be, I can imagine, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Just, I can definitely understand her point of view, like you're saying, review of that. Like, dang.
Yeah. Even like some patients I've had, like that's interesting you bring that up too, because now you're reminding me of like times where I've had patients and they're like, oh yeah, I got robbed and this and that, and I'm like, well, who did it? And it's like, oh, it was my friends,
Oh.
Yeah, quote unquote. So it's tough.
Yeah, this lifestyle that they're sadly pushed into makes them have to betray each other when those guys on top, as we're seeing, get to just enjoy it all while everyone's just fighting to survive in the bottom.
Yeah, like her brother already betrayed her, and she's been testing her luck. Like she kind of didn't care what would happen, what would have happened to her from the guy she's with. I forgot his name.
Hammond or anything?
Cayman.
Yeah, and he ended up hitting her anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just took it. Yeah. And she just took it because she's used to it, and like you said, Bree, she's tired.
Yeah.
That's so sad. The way you put it, but really pretty. How you put it.
So, anyone else have any final
I want to see more interaction. I hope we don't totally lose out on Menace's point of view or him as a character,
Mm.
because like, yeah, everything has a
Yeah.
everything has a cost. Like
Yeah.
Kelsier's actions, although correct and right, everything has a cost, and here it's the what's gonna happen to Menace and everyone else. They don't seem as able-bodied as Kelsier and are just pushed to. Well, now we gotta trust in people that we don't even know if they'll take us or not.
Yeah. Because it probably put that question in us, like, what are you willing to do to, get those rights? Are you really to, hurt a lot of people to get there? Or like it's kind of any of them might ask those things in my opinion.
And even you have to hurt the people that you're like arguably trying to fight for.
Yeah.
Like, it just all comes back to everything has a cost. It's
Yeah.
the right thing, but it's just you have to acknowledge that.
Blood is the currency.
And tin.
Oof. Damn.
Blood and tin.
What chapter are we gonna read up to for
So-
next?
I was looking, so I think first we should establish, do we want to make this like a once a month thing? I mean, I don't have a problem with the once a month, but if you guys want to meet more often than that, that's also fine. But because it really, the amount of pages we read for next time depends on when we meet again.
I think once a month is good for now. But we could definitely read more, I feel.
Yeah, we could read more in between. Yeah, I agree.
So if it's once a month, yeah, because this one was like what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to read the 20, and I think that was fine. So hold on, let's see. I noticed the book is split into parts. We're trying to see when part 1 ends. Okay, I'm at the 100 mark. Okay, so part 2 begins on page 171. That's 150 pages after where we stop. For 1 month, do you want to make it the end of part 1 for the next time? Or do you want to cut it in the middle, maybe page 100 or so, whatever chapter is closest to that?
I think. Well, I don't
Do you know
about
what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I was just gonna say we could do half and then incrementally increase the amount of chapters. But I don't know if y'all want to read more, I'm totally done.
Okay. I just looked it up or looked through the book. Looks like chapter 8 is the last chapter of part 1. Honestly, I'm kind of a slow reader. So maybe up to like Carlos said, maybe half of part 1.
So that would be chapter 4, up to chapter 4?
We could make it chapter 5, if anything.
So like stop at chapter 5, do not read chapter 5?
Read through chapter 5.
Oh, okay,
maybe.
okay.
Yeah, we can do that. So we're at 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just 4 more chapters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That
okay.
could be like
My-
a week or something. I don't know.
That's about 80 pages for 1 month.
That's
Which I guess, hold up, let me look at the calendar.
So I know, yeah, at least for me, that might be good. I don't know about everyone else, because I know Bree's really busy. Michael's probably really busy too. Everyone's busy.
Today's the 30th, and Thanksgiving is on the 28th. I'm probably going to be back home on the 27th. So I'm thinking we can either do the week of the 18th of November or the week of the 2nd of December.
I think
Maybe 18th, just because I think once we get towards Thanksgiving, like it's going to be a holiday, scheduling might be tougher in general.
Mm,
Okay,
that's a good point.
so if we stick with the Wednesday, that'll be Wednesday, November 20th.
2, 3 weeks.
So that
Okay.
would be about. Do you guys want to? That would be about 50 pages to read. Is that okay,
Yeah.
or do you want to cut that down some, or what do you want?
I'd would.
I think
that'd
it's
be fine.
yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Deadlines make me. I'll read it no matter what. When I see a deadline, I'm like, okay, it's getting closer. Time to read a lot more. So it helps.
I think I'm probably just gonna have this like a weekend read. Like I'll read on the weekend.
True.
So we're gonna do November 20th up to chapter 6. So don't read through chapter 5. Stop at chapter 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And that for us, Michael, that's a page 103. Again, should be about like 70-ish pages. Which not bad, not bad. All right, are you guys on the Sanderson pipe train or whatever? Are you guys
I
fans?
am. I
All
actually,
aboard.
yeah. I like it.
I'm still waiting
Just wait for the
because it's barely been a prologue and chapter, so
True.
I want to see what else he's got.
Mhm.
dude. I think he will deliver. When I read Elantris, I was sold from page 1. I thought it was so good. Just wait till they call it the Sanderlanche or the Sanderson slide. We will hit it probably some point halfway through the book.
Anderson slide.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's when
Yeah,
the
Johnny's been Brandon Sanderson build, so
it's
Very big.
it's when the
That's so
pacing
funny.
like increases and things are just like leading perfectly into the next chapter.
Ooh.
And yeah, like when I hit the first time I hit the Sanderlanche, I guess, or the Sanderson slide, I was like, whoa, there's so much happening now. The pacing was insane.
he did the Sanderson line.
Sandersons.
Sanderson.
Sanderson. Bro read a book and now he's a Sanderson person.
I mean, I'm telling it was a good. That's what a good book does to someone.
True.
Yeah,
It's
I
in
think
the book.
I think you just if you read a book that is like told like oh this is a good book like it's like yeah it's like whoa this is good it's like yeah I feel like that's just the nature of books like they're well written for the most part.
Freaking heck yeah.
But yeah.
Sweet. Well, let's see if we can get through this book because this is So Mistborn is a 3-part trilogy. Technically, it's like 6 books, but the first trilogy, it's called Era 1, is that's its like own thing, and then Era 2 is like its own thing as well, like new characters and everything. So we're good. This is a trilogy we're getting ourselves into, and then if we really like it, then we can start the second trilogy.
I'm excited. I've never done a book club before, and I've always been bad at reading books back in school. So
Well,
this is
Well, now
cool.
we're reading for fun. That's what makes it cool.
Wow.
And we're
Yeah.
discussing
Yeah.
prose and literary elements and giving hypotheses. We're not analyzing
Wow.
what the author is saying about life. Like whatever.
The symbolism of a curtain.
Yeah,
What
why
does
do
it mean?
you guys think it's significant that it's ash falling from the sky as opposed to like snowflakes or something?
I was thinking I was actually
fair.
like I thought it was also kind of like a not throwback that's a bad way to say it but like a not homage to like yeah the Holocaust you know the chimneys
Oh.
like kind of show again especially like you know this group of people who really what is the difference between the Scott and the Lords you know
Mhm.
is it like the powers that they have then that's kind of if that's kind of it it's like oh so you guys are just basically people but you decided these people were lesser for some reason it's like yeah
So oppression and sacrifice.
could be
Mm.
So it's interesting you bring that up too, because like even in the Holocaust, like they were Germans, you know, persecuted for their religion, and like they didn't look too different. Although there was, of course, like that theory of like genetic superiority. Like there was a lot of people who looked very similar.
yeah
You know, blue eyes, blonde hair, still being persecuted, and slaughtered wrongfully, and yeah, that's interesting that you bring that up.
So take that, Johnny.
Wait, what? What did I do? I just said reading was fun. But alright, I think this was a successful first meeting of the book club. Excellent work, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Wait, before you end the stream, again, I'd like to reiterate, Johnny had nothing to do with JFK's assassination.
That is correct.
None whatsoever.
Alright, stream